Hello and welcome back to my channel. One of my favorite videos to watch these days are just repot with me's, where some of my favorite plant YouTubers just sit down and repot some of their plants. It's sort of like the plant version of a get ready with me, you know? And I have a lot of plants that need repotting. Like, look at this. This little watermelon peperomia is absolutely busting out of here, so I have to repot it. So I kind of just thought I would do these with you and talk a little bit about the world, life, what's going on. We're just gonna hang out, you know. I'm wearing my succulent shirt from Wish. My pants are also from Wish, and I was gonna leave my hair down, but it's a little bit big today, so we're just gonna rock this like Wednesday Addams braid situation. Okay, so what we're gonna do first is we're gonna set up some dirt. I bought a new microphone for my camera recently, and it's sort of my backup microphone now, so you'll notice it more in vlogs and stuff. So if the sound quality of my vlogs sounds any better, it is because of this new microphone. One of the things that they really taught us when I was in school for radio and TV was the importance of dual redundancy, which is having two audio sources. And I've just been using the ambient audio on the camera as my secondary audio source for a very long time, even though the quality was terrible. So it feels nice to have a secondary on-camera audio source now, you know? So the main reason for this video actually is because I have some news to tell you. If you watch my vlogs, a couple of weeks ago on my channel, I told you that I had a job interview for something I was really looking forward to, and I really hoped that I was going to end up getting. Well, I had that interview, and then I was told a couple of days later that they called my references, and I'm excited to tell you that I actually did end up getting that job. So, like, literally just over a month after losing my last job, which was technically part-time, I managed to get a full-time job. I am so lucky. I have no illusions about how lucky I am, and I am so thankful. And I'm really excited about my new job. So what my new job is I'm a reporter for the local weekly paper, not the daily paper, the weekly one. And basically, the weekly paper does a little more fun stories. Like, it's not as serious. Like, it's serious, but I get to do more of the, like, community sort of based stories and sort of, like, really hyper local stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that. And one of the things that I am the most excited about, I hate this root ball, what's wrong with it in here? Is my job in radio was to set up interviews. That was it. My job now is to set up the interview, conduct the interview, take the photos, write the story. I get to do all of the follow-through now for my own stories. And that is one of the things that I think I was sort of mentally missing in my last job. Maybe, if you will. Because I love that. Like, I love stuff like that. I love getting to know the whole story and writing it all myself and doing the interviews. Doing interviews is something that I really loved when I was in school, and it's something that I really thought and think that I excel at, and it's something that I wanted to have the opportunity to continue to do. But unfortunately, the way my job in radio was is it just didn't allow for that. And it didn't allow for me to really, like, write things either, because when you write news stories for radio, they have to be 20 seconds long so that they can fit multiple stories in a 3-minute newscast, right? So now I get a whole article to tell a story, and I can talk to multiple different sources. I can write it how I want to. My new manager, I already knew her because I'm in the same area, so I already know her, so she already knows me, so I'm very, very comfortable with her to begin with. One of the hardest things, actually, is something you probably wouldn't think about, but when you write for radio, it's very immediate. It's very now. So you're going to use present tense when you're telling a story. You're going to talk to so-and-so, and you're going to write in the story, so-and-so says. But when you're writing for the paper, especially a weekly paper, it's not active anymore. It's past tense. And that's something, it's so silly, but that is actually something I'm having a very hard time with, is switching up my, tense so that I'm no longer saying, you know, Abby Green says this. It's Abby Green said this. It's very silly because I had such a hard time with it in the beginning of school and radio, and now I'm having a hard time switching back. Fortunately, my manager, she went to school for broadcast journalism just like I did, and she understands. So she understands that it kind of takes you a while to switch your brain. She's so great. I love her so much. That's the other cool thing about this is, like, so I loved my job in radio, but I didn't really apply for it, right? They kind of created it for me because after I was an intern, I just kept coming back every day. And then eventually, my manager just kind of gave me a contract and I signed it. Whereas this is the first time that I've ever applied for a job and got it in my entire life. And I had, when I lost my last job, they give you a career counselor, right? From like a separate sort of firm to help you in your next steps. She ghosted me. She didn't email me back for like 3 weeks. And in the time where she didn't email me back, I applied for this job and already got it. So it's really cool because it makes me feel like I did it by myself. You know what I mean? No one gave it to me. I didn't take a handout. I got this job by myself with my own merit. And I'm just so excited about that. And it's so much, like, it's already so different and it'll take a while to get used to, but it is fun. I'm having a great time. And it's a full-time job, like a real adult full-time job. So I think that's about good there. I will water it after we're done, but I have to go get the begonia now because I have had a begonia. I guess I'll just show you in a second. Hold on. Please just look at this. I've had this begonia sitting in water for weeks. Look at those roots. So it just needs to be potted. So at least it'll be easy because it's not, it doesn't have dirt. So your next question might be, how does my new job affect my channel? It doesn't. I might not vlog as much because I am doing things during the week, but you will still be getting at least 2 videos from me every week, including, you know, your Tuesday review, and then these Friday videos that are a little more random. My new manager doesn't care what I do outside. It's actually a little bit easier because when you work in radio, you're like a personality more like, right? Whereas writing for the paper, I'm not a personality, I'm just kind of writing. So I'm kind of allowed to do stuff like this now, even though I was doing it before anyway. Oh my god, this has really... It really curled up on itself and made this as difficult for me as it possibly could. This might take all of my concentration. I'm gonna run out of dirt in this bag. I really don't know how to plot this. So yeah, so I have a real, like, a full-time job again now. I could say again, but technically my previous employment was never full-time. Not on paper, at least. It was always part-time. So I'm really excited about it. I'm really, like, I almost kind of can't believe it, you know? My imposter syndrome kind of takes over a little bit. I'm like, what, me? She hired me? She gave me an adult job? Like, out of all the people that probably applied, because it's a good job, she picked me? Like, what the heck? But I'm just Harry, like one of those, you know? But I'm really excited about it. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to expanding my sort of ability to write, because that was something I hadn't even thought of as an option before, but now I'm obviously thinking of it. I was going to try to not make a dirt mess, and you can't really see it, but I have definitely made a dirt mess. I'm just really looking forward to it now, you guys. Like, I'm just so excited. And then the other thing I wanted to tell you about, which you kind of probably don't care about as much, but I'm getting... So this wheelchair, you're allowed to apply for a new wheelchair every 5 years. I have not had this chair for 5 years yet, but it has been, my mom calls it a lemon, so for the purpose of being family friendly, we'll call it that. It's been garbage since I first got it. Like, the motors were installed backwards, and I had to get the steering thing replaced, and it's been awful. So my wheelchair people, who are great, managed to convince the system, if you will, that I need a new chair. And so they're bringing me a demo chair to try out on Monday, just to see if I like how it drives and all of that. So I'm looking forward to that. We actually I had my fitting for my new chair last March, right before everything shut down. Usually this process takes like 6 months, and it's been over a year now because of the pandemic. I can't really be mad at them for that, but I can be aware of that, you know? Okay, so I feel like I potted this begonia angel wing like too low, but I didn't really have a choice because of how curled up the roots were, you know what I mean? So this is how this looks. I was also thinking about potting up the Rapidifera tetrasperma, however you say that. But the cutting that I took of it hasn't really rooted super well yet, so once that roots, then we'll pot them together. So I'm not going to do that. Let me put this back and see if there's anything else we need to pot up. I think the only other thing I'm going to do is we're going to plant this piece of ivy into the bigger ivy. I don't know if you remember, but in a past video we took 2 cuttings from this ivy, and I made fun of it because now it looks like Hey Arnold's hair. The cuttings that, like the pieces that are still in here are doing great, but one of the cuttings died like immediately. It got crusty. And then this cutting just never rooted. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the cutting back in the pot. Like, it really can't do any worse, right? And I already did my watering for the day, so please don't get mad at me. But I just had to water my Monstera and something else that I can't remember. So yeah, that was basically everything I wanted to tell you in this video, is that I have a job again. I'm very excited about it. I'm also, like, obviously a little bit nervous, even though I've already started. I've already been working for a couple of days at this point, but I'm excited. It is working from home, so I don't have to worry about travel and all that. I've begun the process of getting a new chair again, and then, of course, I was going to vlog better when we redid this room and cleaned it and all that, but I'm really awful when I clean my room. Like, if I sat here and went through it with you to shoot a video, it would take me 4 times longer, so I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to get it done, but my brain, it just goes through it. Like, I have way too many tabs open when I'm cleaning, and I'm also listening to Taylor Swift at the same time, which I can't do on my channel because of copyright, so it would, no. I thought about vlogging it, and then I just couldn't do it, so I hope you don't mind. I just kind of showed you the after. So yeah, that all happened within like a week. I got a new job. I got the call about my demo chair, and then we cleaned my room. So it's the same room, but it definitely does feel new, so it sort of goes with the whole vibe of having a new job, you know? So we're just going to put this little cutting, just leave it sitting out there. I'm going to water this. It doesn't really need it, but I am just going to do it anyway. I'll use my little chopstick here and make some aeration. Okay, so we potted up 2 plants, and we did this. I decided not to do the Raphidophora tetrasperma. Was that it? Was that all I had planned for this video? I think so, actually, which is kind of boring. I'm sorry. I guess that's all the sort of planty things we're going to be doing in this video. I decided to give up on my seeds. Listen, I've replanted sage seeds like 4 times, and they never grow, so I'm just going to throw them out and give up. And I finally have 2 little sprouts of my rosemary seeds, but if they don't go anywhere beyond that, I'm going to throw them out too. I did almost successfully grow daisies last year, but I planted too many seeds in the pot, so they never flowered. They just had like lots of leaves and stuff. So I could try those again, but overall, I think I gave up on seeds. I'll just buy plants and then kill 80% of the plant. Anyway, what's new in your world? What's new in your life? What sort of life updates have you not given me in a while that you should be giving me? Because I would love to hear what's going on with you. Do you have anything exciting going on? Any new plants? Any new anything? I would love to hear what you have going on. I almost lost my train of thought completely there. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed already. And I will see you next time. Bye!